Okay. This is what they offer other parties that live here in this environment, excluding me. Our programs don't stop at housing. We offer life skills training, job opportunities, emotional support to ensure residents have the tools they need to succeed. So I see there's parties that come here on property and they have a computer, and I see them assisting people. This happens everywhere I live since I've been targeted. No place has ever helped me. I'm illegally monitored, and I'm trying to help you see that it's controlled and it's not left up for a possibility. That this happens in jail when they a lot of parties are getting placement in shelters and different environments with programs in jail. They exclude me from them, from it, all the jails I've ever been to. And I'm asking over and over, telling them I want to get on programs to get housing and shelter, and they exclude me from it and then blame me for it. They say that it's my behavior, pathological lies to validate why and a lot of times they just put me on lockdown. So while I'm doing this, stepmom is sending me pleas. I sent her how they said that my rights were terminated. She claims that they weren't. The video won't upload. So this is the video. This is a result of the video of stepmom's comments. So the police department and two police are saying that my rights are terminated. I sent her that recording in the 255th District Court saying that they are. Well, she's trying to scam and be in cahoots with robbing me of this child support. So her con is that my rights aren't terminated. But her comments don't make sense because if my rights aren't terminated, why do you have my child? Someone that has a history of abuse. And then all above parties blame me for it. So this is the location. Hello. That they say that I won't do my part to get the supervised visits. I'm having some problems with my daughter, having visitation with my daughter. It's been an ongoing experience ever since. I'm sorry, can I get your badge numbers? He's trying to cover up his. You see how he's trying to cover up his name? Okay. And your name? Jay Sims. And your badge number?
9133.
Okay. So it's been an ongoing experience ever since 2018.
Okay.
So they are not answering the phone.
Who's?
They're not returning my phone calls at Family Place FLP right there.
So, real quick, before we go any farther,
okay,
catch me up. What is Family Place? Like, what is?
It's for supervised visits. Through some corruption, I'm on supervised visits with my daughter. Okay. That was set up by the court out of corruption. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have been trying to get the supervised visits through them. They won't answer the phone. So I was informed by police to come up here and then try to get access that way since they won't answer the phone. It's been so each time I go up there, they don't answer the phone or door. So I bang on the door, I push the button, and they will not answer me. So I got tired of experiencing it, so I called the police. Been almost a year.
Okay. So you're supposed to have supervised.
You let this happen before COVID.
Yes. So that's court ordered, is what you're saying?
Yes, but it's done out of corruption.
I don't know what that means.
Corruption. It's from slander. Okay. I'm on supervised visits out of slander. I mean, do you guys investigate the slander so I can not be on supervised visits?
What's your last name, ma'am?
Clark. Do you guys investigate the slander?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by slander.
If someone made false statements, to get my child custody rights taken, do you guys investigate
that? So that's what you mean.
Right.
Well, it sounds like you already have a court case going.
Well, they're ignoring it, so I was wondering if the police investigated because I was told by the DA to contact the police.
An attorney.
I was told by the
DA. There is an illegal charge to do with a court case. I take it as juvenile court. It's something you could speak to a Dallas County prosecutor about, but it sounds like if juvenile courts have already handled it, that's where it needs to be.
It hasn't.
If you've got supervised visits to juvenile courts.
So there's no way a police can investigate. I don't know what they're talking about. The police will investigate the corruption and the slander.
When did this happen?
I just wanted to know if there was a possible way that it can be investigated, period.
It might be able to be investigated by the DA's office, what I'm telling you. So, especially because if it's something that's already gone to court, it's not like what we do is you call us for something happening now today. We're here to investigate that.
Okay, well, they won't answer.
If it's something that already happened with a prior thing that's gone to court and, been adjudicated.
So to even get to, they scam years and would not let me set up the supervised visits. So then I started having to record and do uploads. And then finally they said that they would fax me out the paperwork. Because I did a recording with the Family Place saying that the Family Place FLP was ignoring me. Can you please send them the paperwork? They won't take it from me. She said, what are you talking about? I have it uploaded. And they were denying me services at the domestic violence part. I said, your sister organization, Family Place FLP, will not take this paperwork. She said, okay, I'll fax it to them. So since they got caught and ignoring me, then they said that I needed to do additional paperwork. So then they told me to go up there, that they didn't get the paperwork. So I went to go fax it again and came back and got a confirmation number. They said, no, we didn't get it. I said, okay. So I faxed it again and came back. They said, we didn't get it again. And I'm walking in the heat along great distance. So this time I'm not stupid. I go back there. I have confirmation numbers with all these times. So I went back up there and then I said, I faxed it and then waited and then called. I said, did you get it this time? Because I've walked back and forth in the heat with confirmation numbers. She said, yes, I got it. This happened at multiple different locations. They're pathologically lying and trying to make things difficult. So then I sent out the paperwork, went back and forth, and when it was time for me to get the supervised visits, they never returned my calls, emails, nothing, and have never answered the phone years, like the police department. And I just called the police on them to get nowhere.
Prosecutor's office. Because they'll look at statute of limitations, if there's a case or not, that sort of thing.
So you're saying go
So if
back
there's
to the
crime
DA?
happening now, we're here to investigate that.
So you're saying go back to the DA?
Yes, if you feel something
Yeah.
happened in the past.
They can't take the report. They're not criminals. They promise.
Okay.
Report it
Okay,
to the
sure. What's your first
DA
name?
that they're
It's
crooked
Kiana,
and depriving me
K-E-Y-A-N-A.
of my supervised visits for
Last
profit.
name?
Have you talked to anybody here today?
No. See,
What's your daughter's last name?
So the con was that it was impossible for me to speak with someone, but some kind of way the police department was able to get a hold of someone. I keep reporting that these businesses are closing up. You, like I said, you let this happen before COVID. A school shut down. Nothing. The people keep on thinking this doesn't bother this experience. It doesn't involve me. It's none of my business. And I don't believe that way. When someone's getting violated by crooked police or by anyone, I think it's some of all of our business. But I seem to be a minority. This is part 2. The police department was scamming any way that they could.
right, but I don't want to be on supervised visits. I want to go to the park with my...
I don't know what just happened.
Okay, so this is
It just did this on its own.
yeah, this isn't a government facility. This is third party.
I guess they didn't want you hearing me say that I want to go to the park with my daughter. I want to have involvement with my daughter. I want to go to amusement parks. And I guess it didn't want you hearing what kind of person I am. So it cut it off. I don't know what happened.
Supervised visits, but they have to be contracted by the courts to do that first.
Pathological
and they
lie.
don't have that for you and your daughter at this time. So what's going to have to happen for them to be able to do that and help you with that is the judge over your case has to enforce the order so that they can be contracted to do the supervised visits with you.
So what's frustrating is all these places, they think I'm stupid. And then all of them, stepmom has all this information, my kids everywhere, and it's like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Okay? When she got all this information, she's telling me that I'm not doing my part and I don't want to see my child, and it's sad. Please stop sending this stuff. We've already seen it's old news. The facts still remain the same. You're not doing your part. Okay. So I don't even know if it's relevant for me to say this, but it's just infuriating that people are treating me like they think I'm stupid. This is an answering service during business hours. At least if you're going to lie to me, don't question my intelligence. And I'm not saying I'm the brightest person, but that's what infuriates me. Spend time to think of more creative lies. You're insulting me with this nonsense that you think that I will believe. And then all these excuses, it's the court's fault. It's call the fire truck to flee abuse. Call the fire department. Call 211. It's just, please. That's what's, upsetting. And spend time to lie to me, pathologically lie better than what you're doing. It's aggravating. Come up with some realistic lies. It's just, I have to nobody can tell the truth when I'm present. And I have to take that and endure that insanity. They at church, they're pathological liars. Everywhere I show up at, they're now pathological liars. And then a lot of times, you heard with the jobs, I can't show you the text because they're monitoring my YouTube channel, and then they'll stop sending me texts. But it's staying on this text to go to the Texas workforce. You just have to take my word for it. If someone were to do law enforcement, they can see it. But they have programs for jobs. But she wants me to exclude me from that. And I said, if you offer that, and she gave me information on a card for the services that they offer. I can show you the card. One moment. So they have all the emails. I sent the emails. I informed them in a group. The inner group was interrupted by me having a conversation with the police department. They're fully aware of everything that I was going through. I put in a whole group text with everybody in this community, 16 people, the messages that he is controlling them and they will escalate my abuse. I put in there that he said that they were going to be jerking their bodies and feet, and I'm going to feel like a soccer ball. It's meant to torment and scare. Anyone willing to do law enforcement can see that is indeed what they do in group settings. Exactly what he said in this text. It's also part of a smear campaign because no one would believe people would be enlisted to do something like this. You just imagine that you're in a room and you're trying to watch something and pay close attention, and someone's looking at you, and then they'll jerk their body from nowhere, throw their arm up, and kick their leg out. But 4, 5, 6 people, and they are systematically doing it, looking at me and waiting for the time is right to do this. You imagine that you're stationed and forced into an environment that's treating you like this. So you can't really pay attention because someone is throwing their arm up from nowhere, and then everyone talks with their arm as an alibi on how to pull this off. So they'll pretend like the whole room, now everyone, and then I talk with my hands. But everyone is doing it, and they're really being more aggressive and doing it even more extreme than what I do. That's not everyone talks with their hands. Okay, it says right here, Jason said starting tomorrow the games will be turned up to on the max. He doesn't like that you wear makeup, and it doesn't like you on POF until you call him every day. It will get worse. And I sent this to them. Jason said tomorrow the games will be be prepared for a lot of random kicking and people jerking their bodies. I sent this to them. I sent him where it says that your neighbor was just enlisted on my team. So job training, resources to become self-sufficient, identifying and achieving their goals in life and become active members of the community, better in their lives. I haven't seen any of it. Period. The only resource they gave me is what you saw for mental health providers. All these services they're denied. So online, they say the micro enterprise opportunities. She told me that micro enterprise opportunities is going off in this room that has games. Let me show you what it says that it is online. I have the text right now. Micro enterprise projects, allowing them to develop skills, earn income, and gain independence. That's not what I have text stating. Then when I asked her about the job program, she told me to go to Texas Workforce. I don't know if I already said that. Okay, well, I guess I'm done. Nothing.